guys. Okay, so just make sure that you guys are all muted in case you weren't on here, so that way we don't get echoes like Ashley was saying. But before I start, hopefully my kids don't come in here screaming. So if they do, I'm sorry. But that's the part of being a coach and a mom. So let's get started. So welcome to the Rise and Inspire community group. One thing that's awesome about this group is there are like tons of different walks of life in this group. And there's moms, there's younger people, there's older people, there's different ethnicities, there's people that have diabetes, there's people that have autoimmune diseases. But we're all on our journey. We're all trying to get, healthier and and anyway, the same type of mindset, right? So this group is going to be used for help with questions for your workouts, to be posting your progress as you go through your workout. If you want to post your daily workout picture, please do, because that's totally what this is and what we want it to be. We want it to be a supportive group, and we want to cheer you on, just like your coach. And I should say I'm Lindsay Myers, obviously. Forgot that part. But I'm one of the coaches, and there's a couple different coaches in here. But we all want to cheer each other on. So this is a journey. This is not something that you're going to lose 15 pounds in 2 days. Like, let's face it, that's just life. This is going to be something that you hopefully continue on your entire life, and this is just day one of, honestly, your best life. So that's what we're here for. And like I said, we're all in the same frame of mind. We've all started at day one. We've all had struggles. We've all wanted to eat the freaking cake, and we've all ate the freaking cake, like seriously. And it's okay. Like, this is not a thing where you're dieting like crazy and you're cutting crazy amount of calories and you're starving or anything like that. Like, it's not that. Like, you can still have a piece of cake once in a while. But don't eat the whole cake, just eat, a piece. So, and we're learning everything about our bodies, and we're learning, honestly, for me, I learned how to love myself for who I am, how I am. And that's what is an awesome part of this journey too, is because you start to realize what type of person you are and actually who you are. And honestly, you make yourself that way. And so it can be really scary. It can be really overwhelming, especially like when you get your challenge pack. There's all this crap in it. Like, if you got the 80-day obsession stuff, you have your bands and your sliders and these portion control containers, and you're like, holy cow, I have no idea what I'm doing. And if you were like me, like, I never worked out. I was a dancer in high school, but I had never lifted a weight. I didn't even know, honestly, like, what a dumbbell was. So when I first started with my journey, I started with water bottles because I didn't have a set of dumbbells or anything like that. So that's where you start. That's totally fine. But anyway, so with your portion control containers, you have lots and lots of resources in this group from your coach on Beachbody On Demand. You have lots of resources of where you can go and get some information about it, which we'll dive into that in a little bit. So just like I said, it's overwhelming. I totally get it, but that's what we're all here for. And if post on your good days. Shut the door, please. Post on your bad days. Sorry. Post on your mediocre days. Like, that's, like I said, we're here to support each other, and that's what we want to see. And that's how we continue to grow and change. So, okay. It is 7:12. Please shut the door. I told you guys, I'm sorry. So for this week, you are going to be taking pictures and your measurements. Elsie, please go. Okay, take Brooklyn with you. Go, baby. You're going to be taking your pictures and your measurements this week, and make sure you do it. And it's hard. I get it. Like, and some of you may cry. Some of you are like, holy cow, like, I didn't realize that I let myself go, or that I got to this point, or whatever it is. But honestly, do it because you want to see, hey, you want to see the progress that you're going to make in this. So like I said, make sure you please do that. And with your portion control containers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. I just hit share screen, right, Ash? Yeah, okay. Okay, can you guys please go out, please? Open the door and go.
And then hit desktop. There you go.
Okay, you guys can see. Oh, but I can't see. Okay. So if you log into your Beachbody On Demand, if you haven't done this, you can get on your computer and do it now, or you can do it later, whatever. But it looks a little bit different on like an iPad or on your phone or something like that. But this is Beachbody On Demand, and you just log into beachbodyondemand.com, and you'll have your little sign in, and it's your same sign in as when you ordered your challenge pack. Okay, so if you are just starting out, Clean Week right here is an awesome place to start. It's like a modified version of working out, which is great. Like if you have to follow the modifier, that's cool. Follow them. You know, you'll work up to the point of when you can follow the trainer. There's nothing wrong with that. But anyway, so follow that. Hey, Elsie. So if you're, like I said, if you're starting out, start with Clean Week. Unless you've already done Clean Week, then you can move on. Or if you're wanting to start with 21 Day Fix or PIO or Sean Week or something like that, that's great. But this will be where you push play on all of your little workouts. And if you go to your program materials, it says your quick start guide, go to that. Make sure you read through all this information so that you know what to expect during this program and everything like that. And this will give you like just a really simple type of breakdown for your nutrition, for working out, everything like that on Clean Week. And everything on BOD we call Beachbody On Demand BOD, by the way, in case you didn't know that. But every workout on BOD has their own nutrition plan, their own calendar, their own program materials, okay? So if you go to, okay, where am I going? Trainers. Autumn Calabrese, she's the trainer for 21 Day Fix. Hey, hey, please don't. For 21 Day Fix, 80 Day Obsession, Country Heat, stuff like that. She does a cooking show with her brother, and I don't know, he's like some kind of chef. Anyway, they do a cooking show, and you can go to their show. Hey, I need you to be quiet, please. Thank you. Come on. They do a cooking show called Fixate. Hey, don't do that. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna mute myself for just 1 second.
And this is the real life. She'll be back. I'm telling you, my kids are like at this door behind me in bed. It'll probably be the same here in a few minutes.
Sorry, she's like pulling her by her legs with her jammies. I'm like, oh, okay. Anyway, so they do a Autumn Calabrese with her brother does a cooking show called Fixate, and it's on Beachbody On Demand. And so you can go to like their actual recipe videos where you watch them make it and everything like that. And then if you go into program materials, then this is where you're going to get all of your information about your portion control containers, let me see. So right here on your nutrition. That's the eating plan. That'll give you information about the containers and how they work. And there's a grocery list. There's a quick start guide, so it can tell you more of what it is about and everything like that. So I highly recommend going to this and watching these videos and reading and doing all of your research on that so you understand what these containers are about, because they're really not scary. Like I said, when you first get your packet, there's a bunch of crap in there. But once you actually start working with it and give yourself a week, you'll completely understand it. And like I said, we're all here to help you and to help answer questions and everything like that. So then there's also, sorry, my internet. Awesome. There's also actual recipes that aren't just the videos, but that are like typed out for you. My internet's being slow. Oh, that's one that I wanted. Okay, the foundation videos. Sorry. That's more of where your containers 101 is. Your pantry rate, to get rid of all the junk out of your pantry, because if you don't have it, you're not going to eat it, right? And this is for your meal prep. So to teach you how to meal prep, because honestly, I'm still learning. Like, I am not great at meal prep, and I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I can pretty well get away with not prepping my meals for the week. But I also know that if I don't have my vegetables cut up and I don't have my fruit cut up and at least have a semi-plan, that I'm going to fail. And I'm going to go to Arctic Circle and I'm going to buy something at Arctic Circle because it's easier for lunches. So that's how I do my meal prepping. But I'm still learning, and you know, that's great. Like, we're constantly trying to be better. So let's see. I think that's all I want to talk about with the Fixate. Okay. I feel like I'm going really fast, but that's okay. So the next thing that I want to talk about real quick is the Rise and Inspire group. So you've all been added into that. And for my challengers, you guys know that we have our own little Facebook group also. So this is a completely different group. And I'm pretty sure that every other coach either has another group on Facebook or else has the tracker. You guys are in a tracker group or something like that. But anyway, so this is different. This is with everybody in here. So it's a Rise and Inspire group. And one thing I just want to point out real quick is that we do a Zoom chat. And Ashley, I don't know if you're going into this more, so sorry if I'm taking up your spot. But we do a Zoom where you can get on and work out, like in the mornings. There's a 6 a.m. workout, or there's a 9 a.m. workout. Sorry. My sister wants to call me. Anyway, and so all of us get on to our Zoom just like this, and we push play on our bod and we work out, and it helps each other, you know, helps push each other and everything like that. Like, I do the 6 a.m. crew. I'm in Nevada, so it's actually 5 a.m. my time. Yeah, and Lisa. But it honestly helps so much, and it helps so much to know that someone is counting on you for you to be there. So that's an awesome thing. So when you first log into, like on your computer, if you first log into the Rise and Inspire, the little welcome message, that's going to be a Zoom chat, or the Zoom link's going to be right there. And that'll always be there. It's always the same link, no matter what time it is. But into the photos, click on photos, and it's going to look different on your phone. And then if you go to albums, so on your phone, you just go straight to albums, I believe. It's at the top. We have a bunch of things to help with eating and nutrition and personal development and all of that. Let me see what this chat says. Yes, Lisa says you can always post when you're going to work out and see if anyone else wants to join you on Zoom if those times don't work for you. Yeah, and when I have lazy days, I don't wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. That's what I do. And it's nice because there's enough people in this group that there will always be someone that's like, yes, I'll put on my workout clothes and I'll be there in 5 minutes. So that's cool because then you're helping keep them accountable too. Anyway, so in the albums, there is a bunch of recipes, motivation, meal prep tips, and there is a second page to that. So make sure you go to the other page too. Like on here, we have 80-day obsession stuff. We have 21-day fix, and we'll be constantly adding to this too. So just remember that. Okay. And then another important thing, okay, I'm going to get out of screen sharing. I don't know how. Oh, stop share. There we go. Okay, so the other thing that we need to talk about is starting and finishing a program. It is so important to start a program, get your mindset to one program, and start from day one and go to the 21 days if it's your 21-day fix. If it's your 80-day obsession, start day one and make it the full 80 days. For one, because that's how these programs are set up. You're going to get your best results if you follow them from day one to the end of the workout program. Also, I don't know about you, but I feel so good when I finish a program. Like, oh yeah, I've done 80-day obsession. Oh yeah, I've done 21-day fix. Like, I did that whole entire program. And I guess I like bragging rights, but I think it's super cool that you can say that. And also, when you finish a program, you can send in your measurements and your pictures into Beachbody, and you're going to get a free t-shirt. And it's super awesome. Like, who doesn't want to rock a free t-shirt, right? I love free stuff. So that's super cool. And but that's super important just so you can get your best results and to finish your entire program. Then also, this is not just about your body, right? It's not just about fitting into the jeans that you want or looking super hot for swimming suit season. Like, I mean, I don't know about you. I want to look super hot for swimming suit season, but it's not just about that. And it's also about your mind and how you feel about yourself and how you feel wearing those new jeans, like, because you have the confidence, because we highly encourage personal development. And if you don't know what personal development is, it is anything that makes you better. So it's reading or listening or researching things that you need help with. So say, like for me as a mom, I feel like I'm a young mom. I don't know. But as a young mom, I research mommy stuff, like of parenting ideas and how I can teach my kids to love themselves at such a young age so that they are a functioning adult that passes that on to their kids and things like that. And I also research a lot of like confidence building things and all that type of stuff. Like growing a business, everything. And it makes me better, and it makes me daily, as I continue it daily, it makes me better. And so one of the first books that we recommend, and also on that little Rise and Inspire group in the albums, there's some examples of some books and stuff to read for personal development. If you're kind of like, I don't know what I need to work on because you haven't ever done it. Like that's how I was when I first started. I didn't do it for a long time because I'm like, I don't need to work on nothing. I'm perfect. And then you actually start diving into your workouts and start eating, and all these emotions come up. And then you actually realize like, oh, I actually do need to work on that. And so anyway, if you don't have an idea of what you would like to work on or what you need to work on, you can go into the albums, and there's some examples there, some books that you can read there. But one thing the first book that we suggest that you read is The Compound Effect. And that book is about doing one little thing each day will consistently get you further and further, right? So like going and buying a pack of gum at the store, like it's, I don't know how much a pack of gum is now, but like $2, say, consistently, if you buy a pack of gum consistently $2 every single day, it's going to add up for the month. Like the first time that you buy it, it's like $2. Okay, it's not a big deal. Same with like if you're eating bagel and cheese every single day for breakfast, that first day, it's not going to matter. Probably by that third day, it's really not going to matter, like for the scale or how you feel or anything like that. But if you've done it for a month or for 6 months or for a year, that's when it builds up, and that's when it changes the scale. That's when it changes how you feel and everything like that. Same with changing that bagel and cheese to some eggs and toast and following your nutrition plan. That first 4 days, it's not going to change anything. Like you might start feeling better by day 7, but if you consistently do it for a month and 6 months and a year, you're going to see a huge change and you're going to feel so much better. So that's what that book is about, and I would highly recommend it. I've read it multiple times, and it's just, little by little. That's all it is, and that's what this journey is too, is consistently showing up little by little every single day. Like you're not going to lose, like I said in the beginning, you're not going to lose 15 pounds in 3 days. If you do, let me know what you're doing. But you're just not. Like that's just not how it works, really. And so you just consistently have to follow your nutrition plan. And it's honestly, like for me, for the nutrition plan, it's not day by day, it's meal by meal, because I have to look at the smaller portions of it. My breakfast, okay, I have to do good on breakfast. Okay, I have to follow my snack. Okay, I have to follow my lunch. Okay, I have to follow my snack. Okay, I have to follow my dinner. And then, 64 days or whatever I am into 80-day obsession, I'm seeing results because it's little by little and I've consistently followed it. So that's all I have. Does anybody have any questions? Sorry if I just like ramble through that. You can unmute yourself if you do have a question.
If not, we can ask them at the very end, because I'm going to roll too, so.
Okay.
No one? She did that good of a job. Look at that. So, are you good, Lindsay? Okay. I am Ashley. I know underneath it says Breezy Bitter. That's because I'm using her account, but she knows about it. So you'll see Breezy. Breezy's my coach. But I want to take a few minutes and introduce myself, because I know several of you guys had different coaches in the group, and you're going to see that. In fact, we're going to need to do a meet the coach so you guys can kind of see who the different coaches are. But what I love about it is, like Lindsay says, is there's so many different personalities, and you have people who have different body shapes, different styles, different ages, different everything, and it's super cool that we can come together because we all connect as humans. And that's what makes this group super powerful, is I've dealt with trials in my life that maybe you haven't dealt with, but Lindsay's dealt with, or Lisa's dealt with, or Alma's dealt with. And so you're going to like connect not just with your coach, but you're going to connect with other people and other coaches in the group, which makes this group super, super powerful. So for those of you who don't know me, I want to take a few minutes to introduce who I am, how I got started, and everything else. So in September, it'll be 5 years ago that I started Beachbody. And I want to tell you, I was over 200 pounds when I started. I was at an ultimate low. I was dealing with anxiety, depression, miscarriages. I'm actually pregnant right now, but this is my 3rd child, and I've had 10 pregnancies. So you can do the math. I've lost 7 babies in between, everything. So during this time, I was at an ultimate low. I mean, didn't want to get out of bed in the morning. I had no passion, had no drive, had no energy, had no smile, had no life. Really, like that's what it came down to. And I say this not as a poor me, but I want you to understand, like, I wasn't someone, and I'm still not, okay, 5 years later, I'm not someone that wakes up every morning, jumps out of bed and says, I get to work out. Like, that's not me. Like, every single day, I have to overcome the excuses in my head. Every single day. I'm too tired. I did this to myself. Like, one meal, I'll just work out double tomorrow. Like, this is every single day, guys. Like, I'm 5 years into this journey, And I still have to overcome excuses. And that's where the personal development comes in, because I'll tell you, it's all about the mindset. And I did a post today in the Rise and Inspire group. Like I said, I am 12 weeks pregnant. And if I would have started this journey like 5 years ago, not being pregnant, there's no way I'd be working out knowing I was going to be gaining at least 30 pounds over the next 9 months, right? Like, no way. And I say this because what good is a 100-pound weight loss, a 50-pound weight loss, a 10-pound weight loss, or in my case, a 30-pound weight gain? What good is that if I can't look in the mirror and love the person who's looking back at me? That's what it's about, is transforming from the inside out. And I want you to understand that I grew up in a very unhealthy family. We ate out more than we ate in. I have a mom and a sister who's had gastric bypass. And I'm not someone who would ever judge, because in their case, it was their only way out. And it was their way to be able to start their health journey. But I want you to understand that I didn't come from a family that meal prepped. I didn't come from a family that knew what they were doing with health and nutrition. The irony of it is my degree, my bachelor's degree, is in health education. I went back and I taught elementary school and stuff for 5 years. But my background is teaching, and I went into health education. So when I started this journey, I had a bachelor's degree in health education. I knew what I was supposed to do. I knew it. I studied it. I graduated with it. But applying it was a whole different story. And this is where this community is going to be the game changer for so many of you guys who were the yo-yo dieter, right there with you guys. I tried it. I failed it. I succeeded sometimes, but I put myself in a super caloric deficit or something where I was starving. And so I gained it all back. I wasn't eating healthy. And what's super cool about this program? The least amount. And I'm talking, if you're like a little beanpole, which I will never be a category A person because that's not who I am. The lowest amount of calories you'll ever eat on this program is 1,200 calories. The lowest. Most of you guys will be eating probably around 18 to 2,500 calories a day. Now, some of you guys are like, I can't do that. Trust the process, guys. You guys are burning calories. You guys are building muscle. When Lindsay says take your picture, take your pictures, because you're going to see weeks the scale doesn't move, but the inches come off. Why? Because you're doing it the healthy way. You're not cutting corners. And that's why it's going to last. That's why it's 5 years later, 2 pregnancies later, I'm smaller than when I first started Beachbody. I'm happier, I'm healthier, and I'm still here. I would not coach if I didn't think that this was truly a lifestyle change. So realize that when I participated in my first 60-day group, I did the oldest program in the book called Turbo Jam. It's one of the very first original programs. Super low impact. If you're looking for a low impact workout, I lost 13 pounds. Like, if you look at my before and after pictures, people are floored when I say 13 pounds, because I lost 20 inches off my body, because I gained so much muscle over that process. I lost 13 pounds. And, to say I went from over 200 pounds to still 180, I was pure muscle. And I had that picture. I posted that picture on Facebook. I said, guess my weight. Everyone, 125, 130, 115. No, I was 160. By the time I posted that picture. And people don't realize, understand that me and Lindsay are 2 completely different types of bodies. Okay. We will never be able to share the same size jeans. So when you look at that, you need to compare, we're different heights. I have an athletic build. She has a slim build. So when you are starting to see people's transformation pictures pop up, don't compare yourself to Lindsay's. Don't compare yourself to mine, because my body was created for me, right? I am not meant to be the shape that Lindsay is supposed to be. Lisa's not meant to be this shape. We are all created so differently. And there's an image on Facebook, and I love it, but it shows a picture of 150, and it shows 5 different ladies all at 150 pounds. And the differences that are in them, it's incredible because you'd look at her and be like, she is not 150, she's like 110, like wet, right? But she's pure muscle. And so realize along this journey, don't play the comparison game. Don't say, oh my gosh, like Ashley's lost this. Well, I won't be losing, I'll be gaining. I'll be showing you those transformation photos as I go, because it really is about living a healthy lifestyle. So the other thing I want to remind you is this is preseason. This is your week to make as many mistakes as you want to make. This is your week to dive into nutrition and realize what you love and don't love. This is your week to learn about everything, because really, you can start your workout. You can start day one today or tomorrow, whatever day. Okay, we're not going to say you can't start your official day one until Monday. You can start, but realize this is your week to ask questions. I mean, you can always ask questions, but this is your week to dive in and know that this is a journey. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to eat this cake. You know, you're going to not work out one day. It's not about perfection. Throw perfection out the window. All those fad diets you did where you started eating the cake and then you ate more cake and more cake and more cake because you were depriving yourself of everything. This is not it, guys. You're going to make mistakes, and that's okay, because they're not mistakes unless you stop getting up and fighting. Realize that it's not about perfection. If you eat a cookie on Friday night with your family, it's okay. Okay? We're just not going to eat the whole dozen. We're just going to buy one cookie at the cookie shop so you don't take home the whole dozen with you and eat the whole cake, right? So I want to talk to you about my weakest part of this, and that's meal planning. And I like talking about meal planning because I didn't know how to do it. I am still learning. 5 years later, I've been coaching for a little over 4 years. I'm still learning. And so I'm learning what works for me. So I want to go over my family's tips and how we do things to try and help you guys meal prep as you go through this. The first thing, depending on if you got what you ordered, you either got a pamphlet with your meal plan, or you're going to access it on Beachbody On Demand. This is your Bible. This is like your Beachbody Bible. This is your guide. I can't tell you how many people will be like, this is too hard. I don't know how to do it. I'll be like, did you read the meal plan? Not yet. I haven't had time. Well, no wonder it's hard. You don't understand what you're doing. That's like going up to your final exam and saying, I'm going to take my finals and never showing up to class, right? Like, good luck on that test. Okay, you have to know what you're doing. So I am going to share my screen real fast with you because I want to give you our meal prep tips so you completely understand how we do it. And there's several ways to do it. So I have the Fixate pulled up, program materials. Now this is like the basic. If you don't know what you're doing, every program has a program material, but if you want to start simple, start with the 21-day fix meal plan. Okay, if you're doing 8-day obsession, stick with that one because that's a whole new level of nutrition. But if you are like starting out and you don't know where to start with portion control containers, we're going to start with the Fixate just container system. So when you go down to the program materials, here's your quick start guides here, your eating plans are all here. And I should have opened this before, but I'm going to open it right now for you guys. You're going to open it up. I'm praying this is the right one. Fingers crossed. Well, the very first thing I want you to do is I want you to open your meal plan and go down the food list. If you've seen, for the red container, there's a whole list. For the yellow container, there's a whole list. And you're not going to like all the foods on there. I surely don't. There are lots of vegetables. This mama doesn't even come close to trying because I'm not someone who branches out too far. Okay, so go through and take a highlighter, and what do you like? What do you like in that red thing? Do you like Greek yogurt? Do you like ground beef, ground turkey? What do you like in that red that is something that you can eat that you're going to enjoy eating? Because that's what you're going to be shopping for. Okay, so this is the actual meal plan. You can go through it. So what I'm talking about on here, this is all the meal plans. Let me scroll down. So right here, okay, green. Kale, never tried it. Probably will never try it, to be honest. Like, that scares me. So I wouldn't do that. However, I do love spinach. Okay. I love fresh spinach. I don't like it frozen. I don't like a fresh bag of spinach. Okay. Brussels sprouts, again, never tried it. Probably never will. Like, I'm right there with you guys. Like, I remember I grew up in a family that didn't eat Brussels sprouts and beets and all this weird stuff, right? Like, that's not where I grew up. But I do like tomatoes. I do love squash. I do love string beans. That's what we had for dinner. I love peppers. I love carrots. So I'm going to go down this and I'm going to see what I like. Onions. That's another one of mine I love. Okay. I'm going to go through, because why am I going to buy artichokes if I hate them? The most expensive food are the ones you throw away, right? That's the most expensive food. Eating healthy isn't expensive. Throwing your food out because it goes bad is expensive. So first, go through your list and find out what containers you like of everything. The green containers, the purple containers. What are you going to do? The second thing I do is I go with your family, guys. This is not a diet. You're not eating different foods than what your kids are eating. Now, don't get me wrong. My kids will have mac and cheese and chicken nuggets some nights. I'm still that mom, right? But tonight, my kids ate turkey burgers with us tonight, and they had green beans with us tonight. And you know, we eat together. So we take our favorite meals, and maybe it's spaghetti. Maybe we love spaghetti. Well, there's a Fixate tomato sauce recipe. You can make it over zoodles. If your kid's absolutely like, not doing that, mom, make them a little side dish of whole wheat spaghetti, okay? And you eat the zoodles and you do that. There's ways to modify if your kids are like, Mom, I'm not touching the peppers, or Mom, what is this Brussels sprout stuff you're putting on my plate? Okay, there's ways to modify. But we're doing this as a family. So figure out your family's favorite recipes. In the photo albums in the Rise and Inspire group, and I'm logged into Breezy's account. If you guys see that, she knows about it. Okay, I don't want you guys to think that I'm just like in her stuff. She totally knows I'm here. In the photo albums, okay, one of the things that is here is a food swap. So look at this and say, okay, my kids love this, but I know sour cream isn't the healthiest. Well, in here is a healthy substitution. We know that Greek yogurt is a healthy substitution. So look at your family's favorite meals, and there's a few different like files here. When you click into this, you have to like double click to be able to see the stuff. So make sure you click twice. And this is like food swaps to outsmart food deprivation. If you're feeling like I need tortilla chips, right? If you're feeling like I need these things, come in here and see what kind of things are here. Swap chocolate for your chocolate Shakeology, frozen fruits for gummies when you're craving those gummy bears. Okay, there's different things here. Swap in baked fries for deep fried fries, different things that you can do to alternate these things. So there's a couple things there. There's a whole list of different things that you guys can literally go through and meal and swap things out. So you can still make your family favorite meals, and maybe you swap them for zoodles instead of, noodles or whatever it is. Okay. So know that is there for you guys as well. And while I'm here, I'm going to sidetrack for a second, because I did update this today, and Lindsay doesn't even probably know I did it, so that's why she didn't mention it, because I literally updated today. So in the photo albums, when she's talking about, my internet is running slow, I apologize. When we're talking about personal development, I did update a list into categories. So if you struggle with self-esteem, when you first start off your journey, there's a whole list of stuff there. But I want to show you that so you guys are aware it's here real fast. Under the personal development, see it's here. You have to click again. It makes you go in twice before you see. So here, make sure you always click that see more, because there's a ton of stuff. So this is like when you first start a new journey, the miracle morning, the compound effect, which is what Lindsay said. No excuses, a slight edge, push, change your thinking, change your life, start with why. Like, these are when you first start a brand new fitness journey, a job, whatever it is, these are good books. If you're struggling with confidence, here are some really good books for you to dive into. If you're struggling with discipline, Again, here's some good ones: time management, mindset, relationships, goal setting, understanding nutrition and clean eating. There's a ton of stuff there. So realize that there's a ton of categories. So whatever you're struggling with, if it's alcohol, like cutting it back, like there's different things here for you to be able to look at. So realize that's there as well. Okay, back to nutrition and kind of things that we do as a family. So we food swap. We plan together as a family. One of my favorite things to do, and I'm going to take off screen share because I like to see you guys. So stop share. One of my easiest tricks in the book is I hate cooking meat. It takes forever. Like that's always the longest part of dinner, right? Is like the meat part. So what I do is I take frozen chicken, like I take the fresh chicken, whatever it is, and I freeze it. And I am a crock pot like snob. I cook in the crock pot or the new Instapot when I like totally forget to do this is like my other lifesaver. But I will take chicken. I'll throw it in sometimes like a low sodium chicken broth, or sometimes it's just water, and I flavor it with Mrs. Dash because hers are all sodium free. So I'll just put like a garlic and herb, or like an onion and herb, something that's like pretty basic. Like we put garlic in everything that we cook at our house and onions. So that's why I use those seasonings. I throw it in the crock pot on low until it's done. And then I take 2 forks, or I throw it in my KitchenAid real fast and I shred it. Okay. I now have chicken for my salad for the next day. I got chicken for dinner tonight. I have a chicken for dinner tomorrow. I'll separate that chicken, and maybe tonight we use that chicken for taco salad. Okay. So then tomorrow I take that same chicken and I throw it on top of my salad. Okay. And then let's say tomorrow I'm going to make salsa chicken. So I take that same chicken, I throw it in like a frying pan, add some salsa to it, and flavor it with salsa at that moment. And now I have salsa chicken for dinner with that same chicken that I cooked Monday night. And so that's kind of an easier way for us to meal plan, where I can do it ahead of time. We also, when I'm super lazy, especially in the summer, I throw the crock pot out in the garage so it doesn't even heat up my house. You can take a 1/4 pound for every, oh shoot, I just got a brain fart. I think it's a 1/4 cup of water for every pound of ground beef or turkey. Ground turkey is cheaper and healthier. But it's a 1/4 pound, or for every pound, it's a 1/4 cup of water you can add to your crock pot. And you can literally throw your ground turkey in there and then just kind of mash it up as it cooks. And you can cook ground turkey, and you can use your ground turkey for spaghetti one night, for sloppy joes another night. So that's kind of like what we do to kind of make it a little bit easier when it comes to meal prepping. Another thing we do, let's say I'm craving a certain meal. Guys, Pinterest, Google, if you were to type in recipe that includes like yellow and green container, let's say that's the containers you have left for dinner, you can go on Pinterest and put like yellow and green container meals, and you're going to have like so many recipes come up that you can go through. So don't be afraid to try new recipes. Like when I'm stuck, I'm like, I need like a yellow and a red or whatever it is. Like, I don't really know what to do. I'm sick of like a turkey burger with like pita bread, right? Like I'm sick of that for that right now. Go on Pinterest or go on Google and just type that in, and you're going to find so many recipes from so many coaches that have added stuff in there. So don't be afraid to use that. Beachbody blog. So the other thing, let me share my screen real fast. On Beachbody On Demand, not only do you have access to all the workouts, you have access to an entire blog, okay? In this blog, it's at the very top of Beachbody On Demand. There is tons of meal prep plans. You can literally go in. There's always they always break it down like weight loss, fitness, nutrition, but everything's up here. There's tons and tons of recipes here. You can go into nutrition and go into meal plans. Like let's say you're struggling with your meal plans. You can literally click on nutrition, click on meal plans, how to meal prep on a budget, 9 post-workout meals. Okay, there's so many things here. Meal prep for Clean Week. Those who are starting with Clean Week this week, super awesome. There's just, if you're trying to bulk meal prep, There's so many things here for you to be able to go, look at that, a beginner's guide to meal prepping. Like, so much is available to you on Beachbody On Demand. Not only do you have the access to the full workouts, you have access to all of this information. So don't be afraid to go there as well. And then I'm just making sure I've got everything covered. So with meal planning, it's all about prep. And I wanted to just talk a few things about what we do also to help us meal prep. The first thing, I meal prep, and Walmart shopping online is my favorite thing in the world because it saves me money because I don't walk into the store and start buying Oreos because they look good and it's not as tempting because you're not having to go into the grocery store. So you're not pulling stuff off the shelf because you're starving and you're like, I didn't eat my snack and now I'm starving in the grocery store, so these Oreos are going to have to like do for now. Okay, I love that I can place my order online. I pick up. My kids don't ask me for candy bars as I'm checking out. It's amazing. So that's the first thing I do is I meal plan so I know exactly what I do. And honestly, our food budget's gone down. Even drinking Shakeology, it's gone down. With 2 of us drinking Shakeology and my kids drinking Daily Sunshine, our food bill has gone down even though our family size has gone up. So don't tell me eating healthy is expensive. It's totally not. You can make it work. Second thing, as soon as I get home, I cut up my fruits and my vegetables, as long as they're not something that's going to go bad. Like I wouldn't pre-cut an apple, but like my grapes, I pull off the vine, I portion them, and guess what? Like my kids can go in the fridge and they can take a bag of grapes. They're not going and saying, Mom, like, can I have Lucky Charms? No, they're going to because it's already prepped, it's in bags for them, and it's ready to go. And it's the same thing for you, right? If they're in little baggies or Ziplocs, they're good to go. Okay, it's just super fast. Spinach will last so much longer before it's like it goes bad. Cut it up. The minute you get it, open up, cut it up, and put it into like a Tupperware container. It'll last longer because they don't stuff it. Make sure it has air, but it'll last longer. Your green leaf lettuce, chop it up. Anything that you can pre-chop. Your strawberries that you can chop up real fast. Anything that you can do, the minute you walk in that door and put the groceries away, just make it a habit to chop up the stuff because it makes it so much easier to just grab. When it's already in your fridge, you're not thinking, shoot, that takes too much time. I don't have time. Your husband on his way to work. My husband meal plans every single day with me, and he makes his lunch, and he just pulls from the fridge. Everything's cut up, and he just pulls what he needs, and he puts it in his lunch container and goes. So make sure you do that. That's another one of my tips that I have for you. The other thing that we use, and we use these for everything. This is how what my husband takes to work, and you should hear the girls give him a good time because they're like, oh, what's on your plate today? But he portions everything out, and if you go on Amazon, guys, these are like $10. I love the 3-compartment ones because what I'll do is if I am making or my husband's making lunch, he'll throw his vegetables all in, he'll throw his fruits in here, and he'll throw his main like meat in here. And it's good to go. So he can pack like 3 lunches at a time and pulls it out of the fridge. And he goes like, I chop, but I don't make his lunch. So I'm not one of those wives. I probably should be, but I don't. My husband can just throw in his stuff and he's good to go. So this is what he takes to work every single day. He portions it out in the portion control containers and dumps it out. And I love them. Like I said, they're like $10, $12 online for a 7-pack. When I shop for them, you can just type in, this is Amazon. Everything I buy is on here, let's be honest. Meal prep containers is the only thing that you have to like type in. These will come up. When I shop, I just make sure that they're microwave safe and they are dishwasher safe because I'm not doing them by hand. So that's the only thing I check for when I purchase these. But these have been life-saving when you do meal prep. When it comes to meal prepping, some of you guys will find it easier to do 7 days in advance. Some of you guys will find it easier to do 2 days. Some will just do the next day's meal plan. It's up to you. There's no right or wrong way. So, but at the end of the day, realize there's no wrong way to do this. It's all in your hands. You're going to make mistakes. Figure out what you love. Figure out what works for you. Figure out what works for your family and do it. Guys, you're not going to fail unless you stop moving those feet. So realize if you make mistakes, it's okay. Keep moving those feet and you're going to get to not your first goal, but you'll get to your second goal, your third goal, your fourth goal, your fifth goal. And before you know it, it is so ingrained in you. It's a total lifestyle. And that's what we want. We want you guys to realize that this is a lifestyle for you guys. And this is sustainable for the rest of your life. I will be a 70-year-old lady still like doing my yoga because it's my lifestyle, guys. I'm not giving it up. I've seen the other side of it, and I don't like who I was, and I like the person I become, not just the outside, but who I am now from the inside out. I love that I can smile. I love that I can laugh. I love that I can be present in my children's life. I love that my relationship with my spouse has grown because we both have dived into personal development. I love that the job opportunities because my husband has more confidence and that we've done this together. My husband, he supported me to do this. It's like, okay, this is like your diet thing when I first started. My husband is literally in the room right now working out to 80-day obsession, like literally as I'm speaking, because it's become a lifestyle for both of us. And so if your husband's not on board today, doesn't mean he won't be on board in 6 months to a year, supporting you. Maybe you're lucky and you have that husband that dove in right with you from day one. But show them what's possible. Show them the person you can become from the inside out, and show them that your relationship will grow because of this and everything that goes with it. So, any questions? Okay.
I just wanted to add one thing real quick.
Yeah, please.
With the spinach or like your leafy greens or whatever, you put a paper towel in with the bag. Like I buy my spinach, put a paper towel in there. It soaks up all the moisture and it stays forever. That's what I do.
Yeah. And if you struggle with vegetables, Shaco, add your spinach to your Shakeology. You will not taste it. I promise. I know that's what I said. That's exactly what I said, girl. But you don't taste it. So if you're struggling getting your vegetables in, I promise you, my sister, like I told you, I don't do this like asparagus stuff. I don't try. So I promise, like you won't even taste it. Don't do frozen because you'll taste the frozen. Fresh spinach, you won't taste.
Same with kale, you won't taste it either.
Yeah, and I haven't branched out to that. So anyways, guys, we are super excited. Like this is the best part of our jobs is getting to work with you guys. This is why we get that for our families first, but this is what motivates us and drives us. As we see your results, as we see you struggle and overcome those obstacles, as we see you get results and not just stop because you did 80-day obsession and finish those 80 days, but you move on to the next. This is why we do it every single day. And this is why we love coaching. So ask away, be supportive of one another, comment on each other's posts, post your victories, your frustrations, everything, because that's what this community is all about. So we're in this together. Let's do this. And I'll post the link in the chat page so you guys, or the Rise and Inspire group, so you guys have it. But have a good night. Get your workouts in tomorrow. Post about it when you finish. See you guys.